Hey everyone, this is Emir KJ4WMQ. I just did a video now on my Hytera PD682G, one of the higher end DMR radios. You can check that video out if you'd like. I give my thoughts on it. But while doing that video, I talked a lot about my Radioddity GD77, which is my other DMR radio that I had the capability to compare that one to. And figured while I have all my equipment out, let me just spend another 20 minutes or so talking about this one. Well, so let me just give you a quick background. I've been out of the ham scene for about 6 years now. Figure I want to go back into it, play around with the hobby again. And I looked at D-Star because I thought digital was the new thing. And you know, D-Star radios, ICOMs, they're starting used $250, $300. Then you got the Kenwood, which is the one I thought about getting for nearly $600. And I was like, oh my God, this is a lot of money. So doing some research, found out about DMR and Asus Fusion. So I realized that I can get into DMR, which is digital, for a fraction of a cost of D-Star. You could get a used DMR radio on eBay for $50, or a brand new one, a very popular model, MD380, for $85, $90. And then the kind of price goes up from there. But the main reason I kind of started looking around was because my old Woshin, this guy right here, I had it with me at work during Hurricane Irma, and it fell in a puddle of water and it stopped working. Well, actually it still works, but you can no longer use the microphone. You can use your DTMF, that comes through, but I can't get the microphone to work. So this thing gave me 6 years of service life. Paid $130 for this thing in 2012, I think, and now it's just a monitoring radio. It's fine. It is what it is. That's kind of how I got back into the hobby. I was like, oh, I want to replace this. Let me do D-Star. I could do a D-Star radio that can dual band, and I'll have digital. Then I said, oh my God, look, I could spend $300-400, or I can get myself a DMR radio for $90 that everyone's raving about. But the MD380 or most others didn't have dual band capability, which was something I really wanted. Comes this one. So this radio, I believe it's called Radioddity Radio. I just call it Radioddity because I can't say the other ones I've heard of, and Radioddity sounds really weird. So Radioddity we'll call it. I'm stuck on the name. Maybe it's Radioddity. Radioddity. We'll go at Radioddity. So this Radioddity is a dual bander. It does VHF, UHF, and it's not expensive, $95. The other one was the TYT MD 2017 for $230, and I was going to get that one first. Then I heard all about that little trackball, how it's the most sensitive thing anyone's ever seen. When I was doing my YouTube video research, that's how I do my reviews. I watch YouTube videos. I recognized that a lot of people had videos of that radio fixing the antenna. So I was like, man, I'm going to spend all that money, and you know, this is the end result. So I found this one, dual band, 5 watts. It's not water resistant or anything like that, but it's $95, and doesn't have the LCD screen that a lot of people complain is very hard to see unless the screen is on. So I got this radio. I figured out how to program it, which I might make another video because that was something else that they don't have a lot on YouTube, is programming this specific version. So let's talk about the pros about this thing. Cost, very inexpensive. I don't want to say cheap because it's still near $100. Very inexpensive radio. $95 gets you into dual band analog, dual band DMR. I can't complain. I mean, they have dual band analogs that cost more than this made in China, but you know, this does DMR as well. Another pro that I really like. I thought I was going to be bummed out that I don't get a cool LCD screen, but I love the screen on this thing. Let's turn it on. It is very hard to see on the video when it lights up in color. It is bright. If it's dark, it is blinding. But if it's sunlight, or if you're in a room that has some kind of sunlight, you can see it. It's just the video really makes it bright. But You can see that with this radio, you don't need to have your background light to or backlight to see anything. It just you could just look and you can tell. The buttons, they're good quality. With the hytera, my goodness, is that thing sensitive. I mean, this thing, it's just, you look at it and it keys up. This thing, you got a nice tactile push on it. They're both tactile, but this one is a little harder to push, and I like that. To switch the zones, you hit this one. I'm sorry, not zones. I'll correct myself. To switch from the bottom band, the top band, actually to switch bands, again, it kind of unfortunately disappears. Sorry about that, guys. But if you hit this button, you see that I have a little A. That's the analog. And if I hit that, you'll have to wait till the thing dims back out. But it will go to that one, and it says D on it for digital. You kind of see the little squigglies here too. High wattage, digital. You have a good amount of buttons. You have this little button here. I have it set. If I press and hold, it will change the transmit power. So it's on transmit L. Again, sorry, wait for the screen. L, press and hold. Now it's on high. You can see you can hear the tone as well. Now it's on high. You can set all of these. I have it set so that I get the zones over here. If I press and hold that one, I'll get my volts. This one is the volts. Oh, that's scan. Oh God, I don't know. I forget which one I did. But I love the buttons. PTT is protrude. It's not protrude. Well, it is protruding. It sticks out. You could kind of see it. So it is accidentally pressable, but it's not so sensitive like the hytera. I mean, you have to push on it pretty good. Volume is nice and loud with this thing. Turns up pretty good. You got the green light, nice and bright. Hytera has one too. It's just not as bright. It's kind of hidden. Take a while to turn on. You can kind of see them. This one's right here. This one is right here. This is much brighter. It's easier to see from any angle too. So let's do a size comparison while I have this out. They're about roughly the same size. Very, very little difference. We do have a longer antenna on this because remember, we're doing 2 meter with this as well. So we got VHF. It's only UHF with this one, so you could use a shorter antenna. This does have GPS. This does have water resistance and shockproof and dustproof. This has none of those. So be careful. But you could break this 5 times, or you could just buy one of these. You decide. Let's see if we get anyone to respond. KJ4WMQ radio check. KJ4WMQ radio check. Sorry, you can't see the screen. I know. When you key up, it says group call.
This is W4HI, Bruce. Boca Raton, loud and clear.
That says transmit fail carry limited because the channel was busy. Hey Bruce, this is Amir calling you from West Palm Beach. Just checking out my Radioddity GD77 dual band. Wanted to see how I was coming through.
Very good, very good. Which repeater are you on?
Again, carry limited, transmit. Yeah, these repeaters get busy here. I am connected to one of the repeaters in Wellington. I believe it is the... I'll tell you in 1 second.
Still copy me? I asked you, which West Palm Beach repeater are you on?
Oh, God. Bruce, I'm on the Wellington K4 KPT repeater.
Very good. I'm on the Boca Raton repeater. Sounds good. You're doing good. W4HI clear.
AV4C mobile with another Radioddity connected to Wellington.
Well, so that's Hector. He's one of the guys who has a repeater around here. But you guys heard me talk to another individual on here, and you heard what it sounds like. So, actually, you know what? While I'm doing this, let's do this. Bear with me for a minute, guys. Hey, Hector, it's KJ4WMQ. We spoke a few days ago. How are you?
Yeah, I remember we spoke. Radioddity to Radioddity. Both with the same radio. I'm happy with this so far. I keep adding more repeaters, more talk groups, and the guy is responding always. Over to you.
Now we're going to switch radios. Yeah, I'm actually doing a YouTube video showing the differences between my hytera and the Radioddity GD77, trying to show folks the difference between the two.
Really? I'm trying to see tonight. I'll search by GD77. Probably yours will be in the list.
Yep. You should see me on there. I'm actually talking on the hytera now. I'll go back to the Radioddity, and you'll see yourself on YouTube either tonight or tomorrow.
Cool. I monitor my VHF repeater all the time on this one and Wellington, both at once.
Yeah, he was saying that he can monitor DMR and his own repeater on the other band. You can't do that with the hytera. Alright, Hector, I'll talk to you later. This is Emir from West Palm Beach, KJ4WMQ73s.
73, AV4C moving.
So you guys saw the difference. Both sound practically the same. Both transmit practically the same. One's 400 something, 500 something dollars. One is $95. They both do the job. But I can go talk on a VHF band here. VHF DMR, VHF analog. I can't do that with the hytera. Both sound great. So let's get back to our quick review. And thanks, Hector. Hopefully you see yourself on YouTube tonight talking to me. But more cons. I'm sorry, more pros. I like the battery size on this. It lasted me easy 14, 15 hours with a little bit of transmit and a lot of monitoring. And battery comes out nice and easy. There's a little push button here. It just pushes, comes right out. I'll show you. Push this button. Actually, let me shut the radio off. Push this button. I think you just push it and it comes out. Well, you can't push on the clip. Oh, there we go. Oh my goodness, I'm talking about how easy it is for it to come out and I couldn't get it out. I don't have a spare battery, so I don't pull it out much. So, but there's a little blooper for you. You push it in, push this button, comes right out. Some cons on this radio. Feels slightly cheap. It's not bad. It just feels not as premium as my hytera. You're limited as far as, again, I'm so sorry you can't see this. We'll wait till this dims out. You're limited as to how many characters you can type on the screen. You could see I have to abbreviate some stuff to make it work, but it does the job. I know what I'm on. So if I want to change frequencies, channels, if I want to change channels, I have WPB for West Palm Beach, PBG for Palm Beach Gardens, and then, you know, I have the name of the talk group abbreviated as well, USA, NA, FL, so on. So, and then you switch channels right here. I'm sorry, I'm messing it up. Switch bands with this button, and then you control the ones at the bottom. So this is a specific zone I have set up for one of the repeaters in the area that is all interconnected. So it's nice. You can talk, you can call directly by going to the menu here, and you can call a talk group directly, which is also nice. You can do that with the hytera as well. I believe you just have to get the front panel programming turned on. You go to a contact. You could do new contact. I'll wait till it dims. New contact, and pick whichever one you want to talk to and just type it in if you'd like. So overall, I'm happy with this one. I feel like I would prefer to carry this more. I just carry the hytera because I spent the money on it. I'm trying to justify it to myself. But this does more than the hytera does. It receives and transmits the same, so I'm not losing anything by carrying the hytera. I don't have roaming with this. I'll see if I can make roaming work on the hytera, which would be a huge advantage. I think I'd really like that. It's kind of the reason I bought the hytera. And another advantage I have with this is I can connect all the VHS stuff that I can't do with the hytera P682. That's all I can think of, guys. That's great radio. Firmware wise, Radioddity is on top of it. On their Facebook, they're talking to the people, they're taking feedback, and they're fixing things. Right now, one of the issues with this is for any channel that you transmit on, you have to have a receive group. So if you're not very familiar with DMR yet and you're looking for a radio, you have a transmit group and a receive group in DMR. Your receive group can have one channel, which would be the channel you're talking on, or it can have 30 channels, 30 talk groups. 30 talk groups. Well, with most other radios, if you just do none for receive group, you'll transmit and receive on that talk group that you're assigned to. With this one, you have to have a receive group to be able to hear anything. And you're limited how many you can do. I think it's 16 receive groups. So once you've run out of 16 receive groups, you can't do any more. So you have to kind of combine them together. Like what I did was I have all my tech groups as one receive group. I have worldwide English. I have Florida by itself. I think USA and regionals together. I had to group them together. That's not something you got to do with other ones. I truly believe they're going to fix that, though. I think it's just a bug that they kind of oversaw. It will be fixed, I think. Programming is very simple. It's not much more different than hytera's. The programming is very similar to the hytera's. You open this up, plug it in. There are no drivers, and you just do your stuff and you upload it, and you're done. You cannot put the call sign database like you can on MD380. You could so when someone keys up, you get their call sign or their DMR number, I guess, but not their call sign, which is a feature I wish I had. Then I can see who I'm talking to instead of having to remember who they are, and it'll say the city that they're into and state. But you know what? For $95, you cannot go wrong with this. Get it. If anything, you have a nice dual band analog radio, even if you don't do DMR. So I don't think I could talk much more about this. I feel like I'm just talking and talking and talking. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to try to do another one of how to program the Radioddity GD77. And you guys make sure to check that one out too when it's up. 7 3s, Emir KJ4WMQ out.